Hello, everybody. This is KN on Sonic Song 182. Welcome to this Friday. It's been quite a week for basically everybody, I'm sure. I'll give you guys a chance to come on in. As usual, Jarrett Perez is the first in here. You are very fast, and I have no idea how. It's consistently Jarrett Perez is always the first one in. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. There's the squad. The squad has arrived. Hi, everybody. Let's see. Yeah, I'll still give a. It looks like YouTube is still catching up with you guys. There's Danny Phantom, one of the mods. Hello. Thank you for joining today to help keep an eye on everybody, Danny. Let's see. Who were the first, 10 people who jumped in? That was Jarrett Perez, Sonic and Tails 02, CJ the Beast was number 3, Junior Gaming was number 4, Starstruck 11 was number 5, King Blader 95 was number 6, Bailey Maloney was next, then Vertera Palmer was number 8, and I think the chat's gonna jump. Okay, Sonic Speed Fan was number 9, and Ariana Draws was number 10. There we go. 421st Doctor said, "Hey guys, how is everyone today?" And also Luigi Rivera said, "My first stream that I've caught." Hello, Luigi. Welcome. And Cream the Rabbit said, "And I'm number 111. Welcome. Aria Girly Magi said, "Hello, KN. Hi, everyone in the chat. How are you doing?" That seems to be the general question for. Oh, whoa, goodness. Hello again, Cream the Rabbit. I saw the first time. I guess the first question, it looks like, that has been popping up in the chat has just been, "How are you doing?" And I do see that the chat is responding to that one. They're just saying how they're doing today. I'm doing all right. It's been an interesting week, and I think everybody knows exactly why. You know, I'm not. It's hard to know exactly what to say for a lot of what's been going on, and so like I said in the video description for today, I've been trying to do more learning than speaking, since I'm not exactly like the voice that needs to be heard right now. So I've been listening more than saying stuff. And, in the meantime, like I mentioned to you guys on Twitter earlier this week, I've got the super chats and the Nux Bucks and the monetization turned off. Wait, I do, right? Yep, I do. Good. I was like, wait a minute. Did I forget? No. I've got all that stuff turned off for today, and as much as I majorly appreciate, how much you guys do for doing Nux Bucks donations and video views and things to help me pay the bills and stuff. There's lots of important stuff happening, so for this week, I think I'll be fine. And instead, I was looking up different charities and things that you guys, if you are in a position to do so, and if it's something that you can do, I've got some charities that are in the video description, some of which I donated to already myself. I picked 3 of them because I couldn't donate to everything. I just am not made of that kind of money, but there's, if you guys look in the video description, you'll see the different ones that I either kind of looked up myself or got direct recommendations from people. Like, there's some in there that are like a relief fund to help black businesses that have been damaged, or like the second one is Beam, and that one helps with emotional health for people who are struggling. And there's stuff in there that's more legal, there's stuff in there that's more specific to particular people and families, but that's in the video description. I've got a quick breakdown of what each one is, so please consider doing some donations over there instead of donating to me today. But what we're gonna do today is we're just gonna hang out, because sometimes it's just nice to just kind of talk to each other. Rachel Lisa C said, "Thank you. It's so important that we raise awareness toward what charities we can donate to." Yes, absolutely. Just like the one that we did with COVID-19, that one was super hype. Partly in because Jacksepticeye and everybody that he was teaming up with, they were really good at organizing that as like a big kind of a unified front. Um, I can take no credit for how smoothly all of that went. That was him and his squad, and then Jazzy and PC Schnun like stayed up all night the day before, like on board with like that group over there to get everything figured out. So I don't know how to do a lot of this stuff by myself. So the best I've got is all of this cool donation stuff in the video description. I even looked at Tiltify to see if I could find one of those things I was listing in the video description for donations, but I could not. I didn't find any of the ones that I was actually looking for. So, yes. Have faith in you said, "Glad to know that you care, KN." Oh man, dude, definitely. Again, I'm not the right person to give information, but I can pass along um, charity and donation links from the people who know what's going on. So that is what I've got. Oh no, Natalie Uribe Burnaby said, "I skipped lunch to watch. It's going to be worth it. Please eat your food. Eat food and watch. That's the best of both worlds." And King of Ducks said, "Every day I lose more and more hope in humanity." You know, again, I'm not great in terms of words of wisdom, but I would say, like, it's an interesting mixed bag right now, because on the one hand, I've definitely seen and read some unsettling, that is a massive understatement. I've seen some awful things this week, but then at the same time, there's a lot of people who are coming together and doing a lot of good at the same time, and fighting for good things. And, you know, but it's hard because it's all, like, grouped together in like one spot. So like you'll look one way and see something like kind of horrifying going on, and you'll look the other way and see something that's got a lot of unity and strength in there. So try not to lose hope, King of Ducks. There's a lot of people out there who are doing great things right now too. Ariana Draw said, I forgot how to eat a food." No, please. Please eat your food. I ate my food. Yeah. What did I have today? It was, like, I had a sandwich. It was good. I got my coffee as usual. Woo! Happy birthday to Man City Fan who turned 17. I hope you have a relaxing day. And you were able to have some kind of fun. I know, again, with COVID-19, this is a rough time to have a birthday because you can't see your friends. Oh, one of the things that I do is I'm a teacher of some kind, and one of the kids that I teach, they had their birthday, but their mom surprised them by like inviting all their school friends and like their teachers and stuff to like a Zoom meeting to surprise her while they were having like a tea party in the backyard. So that's one way that I celebrated or helped someone else celebrate their birthday. There was the birthday party we had for Ames here on the channel. That was fun. We just got together and played some games with her and with you guys. That was nice. So there's ways to have a good time, but happy birthday indeed. Let's see. Cyan Wolf Productions said, "I hope everyone's staying safe. I'm happy to see that everyone I follow and sub to has been supportive of the causes in this world. We need more people like this. I know Team 182 cares about everybody." Yeah, that's been interesting too, seeing everybody like content create. Maybe I haven't been looking on like that side of the internet slash news very often, but I feel like I've seen way more like YouTube content creators like. Even if I'm sure a lot of us just don't know what to say and we're just trying to figure it out, and there's a lot of people who are just quieting down and just listening, which I feel like is a valid like thing to do because like, you know, I'm not the person we need to hear from right now. So I'm just listening. But like at the like I'm not seeing very many like Hollywood celebrities doing the same thing. Like not even the I'm being quiet and listening statement exactly. And then there's like John Boyega out there just like kicking butt. He's like the only like there's probably been a lot more. I just don't pay that much attention to celebrities, but he's the one that I heard about who was like he wasn't just out there being like I support. He was literally out there like doing stuff. So way to go, John Boyega. Let me see. What have we got going in the chat at the moment? Jelly Beans said, "I'm watching this while drawing Gadget and Maria." Aw, that's cute. Have fun drawing. You know, that's oh, and a quick hello to Montunrola Alua Ojo saying, "Hey there, KN," with a waving emoji. Hello! I'm sorry, I don't think I pronounced your name right. I wish I had a better intuitive sense of how to, like, pronounce everybody's names, but I'm really trying. Dust in the Wind said, "Yeah, I saw that. Good on him." I think that's in response to, John Boyega. Yep, he's the most proactive of the Hollywood actors that I've happened to have seen. I did not really notice that much from, from a lot of other celebrities who don't like normally speak out about stuff like this. So, you know, maybe they are just being quiet and listening, which is valid. But yeah. I was about to say that I haven't been able to like focus on anything useful this week. So I apologize, squad. My editing has been slowed down from like the COVID-19 stuff and and everything else in the news cycle. It can be difficult. Like alright, just saying, I work a lot of hours between my YouTube stuff and my regular job, which is one of my regular jobs is the teaching one I mentioned. But like, I am very lucky I have like relatively easy work to do because people who have jobs that can't handle not being able to focus for a few days, like you gotta get in there and like do that, like you don't have that flexibility. Man, those like good job on all of those. Gosh, quiet. All of like, for example, the folks who are doing construction outside of my building. Way to go for those guys, because they've got a lot on their minds right now. Also, like everybody, like all of us do. And they still gotta go to like regular work. They can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna take a couple days to just decompress and think. The whole chat's like, what was that? I'm sorry. You know, since the Fun Friday party, like that week, construction started outside of my building, and occasionally that loud noise just happens, and it scares the daylights out of me too. I am so sorry. And Jinx the cat said hi from England. Hello, and it looks like Vinny is here. Hi, Vinny. But what I was gonna say is, in lieu of being able to concentrate on anything useful, I have been productive drawing-wise. I've drawn a lot. Not any of my Sonic stuff. I was doing personal drawings. But part of why I was able to do that is, like, you know, I'd have, like, the news on so I could listen to what was, like, going on. And I was, like, listening to different YouTube videos of people talking about current events and things like that. So like, just to like keep my hands busy, I was drawing like my D&D stuff. I drew so much stuff and they turned out really good, but I'm clearly sitting over here stress drawing, but that's like the only useful thing that I managed to do. And then once I had listened like a little bit more. I went and looked for different donation places. I asked friends what they would recommend. I researched. I like read a lot on Twitter about what people were like had verified as good places to donate. So again, guys, check out the video description. I've got some good charities to show your support there if you're able to. And let me jump back into the chat here. Macaroon said, do you hand draw or do you digitally draw your pictures? I used to draw by hand. Like, I started that way. I drew what I used to do, like, way back in high school, was I would draw by hand in pencil, just on printer paper, and then I would ink it with just, you know, at first I had to use just like a regular pen, but then I got like slightly better pens for inking a drawing, and then I'd color them in colored pencil, except if there was any black on the drawing, like if someone's wearing like a black jacket or if they've got like black hair, then I would just use a marker, like a black marker, because it would hurt my hand to color so hard to get the pigment I wanted, like, you know, so that they're, you know, that the paper was fully colored. So like I used to do that way, but I upgraded, or I guess I shouldn't say that. I changed to digital art, which did not beat up my hands as badly. One of the things that I drew this past week, I spent 12 hours on. I took a walk in the middle for about an hour, so maybe it was just like 11 hours, but it was from 3 o'clock in the afternoon until 3 in the morning I was drawing this picture. That's the first time in a long time that my hand has hurt as badly afterwards as it used to when I'd spend 6 hours on a hand-drawn drawing. Um, it improved, it's better for my hand, but I have done both. I do digital art now. I haven't done anything by hand in a long time. Jessica Doe said, "Hi, Sonic Song. I would love to see Sonic the Hedgehog with a Sega jacket someday. That would be adorable." Also, I think SPD64 came in here at some point, but I was busy answering a question. There she is! SPD64 said, "Hiya, KN. Hope you're doing well. Just wanted to say hi. To the chat, it's definitely been a scary year, but we are stronger together. KN, thank you for doing a stream like this. It's very much needed." Aw. Well, thank you, SPD. I think, I know a lot of people, canceled their live streams this week, and I feel like if I had an earlier in the week live stream, like, if I needed to stream on a Tuesday, I don't know what I would have done, because my head was very much in current events at that time. I was like, wow. And, like, it still is, but it was kind of after Tuesday and more onto Wednesday that I was able to, like, think on how to handle a live stream, and then it just, you know, instead of doing what, okay, last week I kept saying, like, I've got this idea for something that's gonna either be super boring or super fun or interesting, and this week was also just not the right time for it. So, and I think I'm gonna get to that next week. But this week I was like, okay, let's just hang out and talk. I don't have any, like, I don't have answers for anything. I don't have probably, like, even something, like, super motivational or, like, interesting to say. I don't have that much wisdom, really. It's just, you know, sometimes it's just nice to kind of just sit and talk. So we don't, like, have any games or anything going today. We're just gonna hang out together. Let's see. And goodbye, Jinx the cat. It's late for them today. And Eric Brown said, "I like chill streams." Milky Sway and Shadow Gamer said, "What did I miss?" Not much. Today we're just gonna kind of hang out together, and I've got some different fundraisers that I hope you guys will consider donating to in the video description. Let's see. I donated to 3 of the ones that I listed there. there's one of the, I think I'm probably gonna try to do at least like one more, but I donated to three. One of them I did like a big donation, another one I did kind of a smaller one, just because like I did like a big donation for one of the fundraisers that goes to a lot of people, and then one of the fundraisers that goes to like to someone on more of an individual basis, I did like a smaller one, and then I picked a third one that I'm doing a monthly donation on now, because and that one it couldn't be like a lot, because again I am not made of money in any way, but you know, if it's like every little bit like helps with things like that, and so like it's a smaller donation, but it will be monthly going forward, and so I hope that along with other people who are able to donate, I hope it helps a little bit. But that's basically that's all that's been going on so far. Brooklyn Books said it's nice that you're donating, and actually the reason I'm able to afford to donate anything at all is because you guys have donated to me, and so I'm kind of paying it forward to the best that I can. Like if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to afford to do that like at all. And again, I am not made of money at all, but this stuff is important, and you guys did a lot for me in like recent weeks. So I have enough to share some, so I'm doing the best that I can. Um, and Rain Boom Blitz said we must still continue to support and pray for the black people out there. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. And yeah, it's unfortunately not going to, I don't think it's gonna be like a thing that goes away, because it's always been there, and I know a lot of people are exhausted right now because, you know, anytime there's like, you know, everybody was exhausted just from coronavirus happening, and it's anytime like there's so much rough stuff going on, I know it's emotionally draining, and I know it's hard, and I know people are like, oh my gosh, when is this gonna go back to normal? um it's I know it's exhausting, and I hope you guys are able to take care of your mental health at times like these. And but there are a lot of people who live with this like who live with this kind of exhaustion and this kind of reality all of the time, and it never goes back to normal. It's just that's just what like their reality is. So I think it's worth our time to at least try to listen a bit. But if you guys do find that you're feeling overwhelmed by like, I know there's a lot of politics mixed in there too, and some of the video footage circling around all this is very, very hard to watch. So if you guys do find that you're getting like emotionally burnt out, I think it's like it's okay to like, you know, you gotta take care of yourself a little bit. You know, maybe turn off the internet for a little bit, and like have a good like lunch or something, take a bath, draw a picture, find ways to re-energize. I know it's exhausting, and I'm sorry everybody is struggling, and I feel so awful for people who can't go, like I said, who can't go back to normal, because this is what, like, basically this is normal for some people, and they struggle with that, and it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. I think, let's see. GV the Red Star had said, I am tired of the protests and political stuff and drama. It feels like it's being kicked in that area. That, I think that does come from some of the fatigue of, you know, it has been a hard week, but I know it's exhausting, and it's literally everywhere you look. But try to stay strong, take some time to you know, back away from the internet, or not like listen to news for like a little bit if you got to recharge your batteries, because you do want to keep your mental health strong after this. um 72 Ace Mon said, I don't really do politics anyway. And me neither. Like, that's, I think, part of why it was like, you know, it's confusing to find out, like, where and what to listen to, because I'm not a very political person at all, but, like, when it's important. I do my best. I try to find the right places to listen to, or a variety of places to listen to. I feel like I know when it's quote unquote the right place to listen to. Like if I listen to I try to hear different perspectives, because people do have the right to say what they like need to say and what they feel, even if it's not something that I agree with. And I feel like there's definitely some things I've listened to where I was like, "Oh my god, don't say stuff like that. That's horrifying." Like, I've been very disturbed by like a lot of things, but I'm trying to listen, and most for the most part, it's I'm not a political person either, which is why like I don't know what to say. I feel like my experience with that is pretty common, but I'm trying. I am doing my best. um Let's see. Nafisa Ahmed, thank you. They said thank you for the stream, Can. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad that it was a later in the week stream so that I had time to think about how to handle it. Because again, like I was saying, I had other friends who canceled their earlier in the week streams because it just was not the time. So and John Paul Grieve said politics is too confusing for me. My brain hurts. There's a lot of it. There's just a lot to handle. Wildstyle 1102 was not talking to me. They were talking to Haley Mitchell, but they said they're about to make cheeseburgers. Yay! That sounds like a great dinner. I hope you have some excellent cheeseburgers. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are in a similar boat in terms of like, I don't think a lot of us are especially political, and we're lucky, I think, that we don't have to be just to survive on a day-to-day basis. Like, that's, it's we're very, very fortunate, those of us who can be like a little tapped out of politics, because yeah, it is exhausting, and it really sucks that some people, like, for the sake of survival, gotta always be tapped into it. So unfortunate. King of Duck says, "Oh, I'm very political." Maybe King of Ducks knows what's going on. Let's see. Callie Dolahite said, "Shout out by Shadow the Hedgehog. Please let me have an early happy birthday." Callie, I'm not sure if the shout out is from Shadow or if it's from you to Shadow or to you, but happy birthday. I wasn't quite clear on that one. Eric Brown says, "I'm making pizza tonight." Beautiful. Let's see. Sonic the Hedgehog came in and said, "Hey, boys." Nina the Killer said, as Obi-Wan once said, "Oh, I'm not brave enough for politics." That's a good way to put it. You gotta be pretty strong to handle it. And let's see. Maya Abraham said, "Well, the comment disappeared, but they had said that they hope I'm staying healthy, I think." Thank you. I am doing so. I have been careful in terms of being healthy. I recently, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I hurt myself jogging. Like, back right when quarantine started, like the day after. It's so dumb though. Like the day after quarantine started, I accidentally hurt myself while jogging, and I couldn't exercise properly until like just the last week or so. Like the last 2 weeks, I've been able to move the way that I could before. I'm like, that's lovely. You guys, I think that loud noise is about to happen. Hang on. Is that what that is? Maybe it won't be as loud, but I feel like it's coming. But I have finally recovered, so— oh god, there it is! Oh no! I knew it was coming! I hope that this time I was able to warn you guys. But, yeah, one of the ways that I keep myself healthy is by exercising pretty routinely, and that was just such a bummer. There's Dust in the Wind saying, "Brace for impact!" Yep. Odd Grub Iron Fighter said, "Duck and cover!" Yeah. I could hear it was coming. I could hear it was coming. Smurfy, I'm glad to hear that it was not as loud on your end. Bailey Maloney said, "What was that? That scared me." I think that there's like they had to drill into the ground outside of my building, and I think they've covered it with metal panels, and so whenever a vehicle drives over the top, it makes this horrible noise, and it's so loud on my end also. So like I'm sorry for what you guys can hear on that side. I hope that I hope that explains it. Um, and I know Vinny is in the chat here also. Um, for the record, I did say hello very early in the stream, Cream. If that helps you out. Like way early. I think one of the first things that you had said, I said hello, but I don't know if you had a specific question because I haven't seen one. But there is 150 of you guys in the chat, so sometimes it can be hard to rise to the surface, I guess. The Vest Boy said hello. Hello, the Vest Boy. Ryan Shellhouse said construction sounds. Been there, done that. I mean, luckily, at least that's something that's been like people are able to be productive on during COVID. Is there's a lot of construction happening. Um, Let me see. Uh oh. Let's see. Persona Twins did say Cream had a question, but I think I think that I saw maybe something about 700 subs at one point, but I'm not sure what the question about that was. Um, Shadow Doraemon, the coolest gamer, said, "I think I'm late again. Hello, KN. Have a wonderful day." You have a good day too, Shadow Doraemon. And you're a little late, but we've still got some time. We're going until 5 o'clock today as usual, which is about in an hour and 15 minutes, so there's some time. um, Bowser Prince said, "I helped with hay this past week. That was something." Yes, valid. Lane the Infamous said, "Notice me, senpai." Hello? Hello. I hope you have a good day, Lane. Um, let's see. And Cream the Rabbit, there was the question. I think this must be what they were asking, because it's what they asked just now. Cream said, "What do you do a lot?" Um, do you mean what are my main hobbies? Well, I was, aside from, I work a lot. um, so most of the time I'm doing some kind of work. It's, either my, regular job or my YouTube stuff. But when I'm not doing anything that's, related to YouTube here on Sonic Song or, like, my regular job stuff, my most favorite thing to do is to write. I love writing. I do fiction type writing, oftentimes collaboratively with friends. I'm working on a new one at the moment that's I guess it's hard to explain the concept exactly because we're just sort of dabbling in it, like it's not that serious. So in terms of like our structure and plot, but it's like about two sisters who kind of have like it's like sensitivity to ghost stuff, and it's because they originally come from like this underworld defense kingdom thing. So that's something I'm working on. I do D&D. I'm actually learning how to be a DM right now. So I'm running a one player campaign where I'm just running a friend through an adventure so I can learn how the mechanics work. Because I feel like as a DM, I'm not ready to do dungeon mastering for a group until I'm much more familiar with the rules. I'm a player in a game with a group and also a written game, and that's something I've been into. I like to draw, so I guess, and I do martial arts. I love going on walks, and so like those are sort of like my main things that I do. Um, Let me see. Also, let me back up because I saw a lot of people writing things related to that. Snow Volpix, though, said, I'm just feeding my dog right now. She's a hungry puppy today. Please do feed the puppy. Give her the food. Lyrical Miracle 9608 said, same KN, I love writing. I'm working on a webcomic. Nice, Lyrical. Part of me has always been like, I'd love to make a webcomic. But as much as I enjoy drawing, I'm not, like, I can't do abundant enough drawings or consistent enough. I am terrible at drawing on model to do something like a webcomic, so it's probably unlikely for me to do, but good luck. I hope that you, why is it freezing? I was gonna say, I hope that your webcomic concept comes together nicely. Rachel Lisa said, KN, you're so productive. My main hobby is lying in bed and watching YouTube. You know, though, technically same. When I'm not able to be productive on something, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just laying in bed listening to YouTube videos. Solar Dizzy said, can you please say hi to me in your Tails voice?
Yeah, sure, I can do that. Let me warm up a little bit first. Okay, there we go. Hello, Solar Dizzy. Have a happy Friday.
There we go. And Ada Marie Miranda Ramos said, oh my god, same! I'm working on 2 Sonic fanfictions. Nice. Have fun on your fanfictions. I hope they fill you with writing passion and provide you a fun escape into a different adventure and a different world. Let's see. Ultra Beast Blaze 876 said, kittens are little brats. Mine just walked all over my keyboard. Beautiful. That's good though. They're wonderful little creatures and they like to get involved. Wildstyle 1102 said, I'm writing a story too, no joke. Brooklyn Books said, D&D is fun. Lyrical Miracle 9608 said, oh my god, you'd be an epic DM. Thank you. I think my feedback right now is that I'm doing pretty well. I just don't know the rules well enough to help a player that's new. Like, the person I'm DMing for right now is more experienced than I am. She actually ran a one-on-one campaign with me to help her learn how to DM, and so that's where I got the idea of doing the same thing. I'm like, heck, I will run a campaign for you now, and we will both learn. But I still have to ask her, like, super basic questions. I'm like, as the DM, I should be the one that knows! Daisy Hernandez said, I love writing too. Miss Swissroll said, never played before. That's okay. It took me many, many years to have my first opportunity to play. It isn't exactly a game you can play by yourself. So, let me see. Oh, my chat jumped. Courtney from Project SNT said, I've only ever been a player in D&D. DMing seems pretty intimidating. My dude, yeah, it really is. I was still am. I have been playing a wizard in a campaign that's gone for over a year now. I think it's a year and a half, like, that I've joined. It was an older campaign from before. Like, I was a mid-game entry, so I was not there when the squad had just begun the adventure. So I've got experience as a player, but it's like, you can never quite anticipate what you're gonna need to know for DMing until you're there and you're trying it. I felt like I'd be good at it because I do improv here on Sonic Song all the time, but, like, there's so much you have to adapt to, like, but it's hard to find out what you need to do until you're actually in there. It's just a lot of adapting, and then also not having your plans be too rigid, because you don't know when your player is just gonna completely miss your plot thread and go help out an NPC with something irrelevant. You gotta let them, like, D&D's the most fun when your DM will let you run around a little, so you just gotta be prepared for that. Brookie Tato, hi! They were just asking if I could say hello. Hello, Brookie Tato. Lil Ouija 9000 was asking, KN, do you like Infinite? Hashtag love for emo Bubsy and hashtag weak but best. I love Infinite. Infinite's a lot of fun. He wasn't very well written in the, he wasn't well written in the game itself, but you know what happened because of that? There was lots of wiggle room for people to work with his character in the fanon. And our voice actor for him, James, he just gives Infinite such a lovely, interesting personality, and so I have come to like the character quite a lot. And the Black Dragon Knight said, "I wouldn't mind doing D&D with you, Can." That would be fun. I'm nuts. It's a good thing that I've had the restraint not to be like, if I had unlimited time, I would join like all the D&D games ever. I've been very discerning. I made sure I only joined one voiced, one written, and then I'm running one at the moment, but like I was invited to a lot and I was like I can't. I have work to do. Let's see. R628 SA43 said, Sonic Song, what were we talking about? I just got into the stream. Hello! We were talking about, well, Cream had asked what are things that I like to do a lot, in terms of hobbies, and so I was talking to everybody about writing, drawing, and playing D&D. That's a lot of what I do when I'm not working on my Sonic Song stuff or my regular day job stuff. And I also I do just kind of lay around and watch YouTube sometimes when I need to recharge. Trisha Butalid said, "What is D&D, KN?" That is a tabletop role-playing game called Dungeons and Dragons. Basically, you get together with a group of people, and one person is in charge. They're called the DM or the Dungeon Master, and they basically it's like a role-playing game. Like think like Final Fantasy or something like that, but you're kind of improvising the whole thing based on what the DM like has built up for you as your adventure. And most of the time people do it like spoken, so like they talk through it and things like that, but sometimes you can do it as a written. Let's see. Dusu fan MLB said, "Is Ask the Sonic Hero still going on?" Oh, yes, it is. I am sorry. It's taking so long to get a next episode out. What had happened was March was an in-between month. Like, the last episode that we finished was the one in February, and I know it's been a long time since then. But March was like supposed to be the off month, and then it was gonna be April, and then nothing for May, and then something for June. But the coronavirus really threw off the entire workflow for everybody in terms of actors and like everybody involved like on the sides of like things, and then also there was so much that needed to be adapted to in the meantime. I mentioned one of my other things that I do is I am a teacher of a sort, and we had to completely reinvent the way school was going to work for the next few months. And like, you'd think that it would save time not needing to physically go to the school and into the classroom and stuff, but in a way it does, but all that time you quote-unquote save from the transportation got replaced with coordinating emails, making sure people are like where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be, helping people troubleshoot. Like, it ended up being like, it's a lot of extra work. And then in the meantime, the show has got a lot of people involved, and communication slowed down between like all of us because like we're like stuck at home. One of the things I do for productivity purposes when I am working on editing, like, it's not the most interesting, like, I enjoy editing and everything, but it's hard to do in long stretches of time. And so what I was accustomed to doing to freshen my mind so that I could keep editing for long hours is I would pack up my laptop, put it in a bag, and I would go somewhere else. Like I would go to the local library, or I would go to a Starbucks, or like a cafe somewhere, and that like just the change of environment could make it so I could continue to concentrate on editing for another 4 to 5 straight hours. But because coronavirus hit, I'm not able to do the change of environment thing to freshen my head, so like I burn out a lot faster. And actually I have 4 projects I'm working on right now, and they're all very good. It's just like, and 3 of them are Ask the Sonic Heroes related, and that's totally separate from Nintendo Stars. That would be like a 5th thing. But like, I have so many projects that are being worked on, and some of them are pretty far along. But I think maybe it was also a problem that I started working on so many things at the same time. But the reason why I did that is because like our whole pipeline and workflow got thrown off. And so I was like, okay, I'll work on this other thing while resources are unavailable for that thing. And so it just, everything just really slowed down. And like this week, or like the last week in May, like I had like a kind of a, all right, so, and then also the 182 party stream, it took me a week to plan that out with everybody. And so I was like, okay, once the 182 stream is done, I'm gonna be able to concentrate again on doing the editing, and I'm gonna kick butt. I'm gonna get some stuff done. But like I was exhausted from streaming for that many hours, and so I was like, all right, once I get my energy back up, I'm gonna do it. But then this week has not been the best week. It's really hard to concentrate on something that takes your entire mental focus, like editing for several hours straight, while I'm not able to like change up my environment at all to clear my head. And so it's just, there's a lot of reasons it got slowed down, and I apologize, you guys. I am so sorry that it's taking me so long to finish anything. That's really unusual for me, and it is a little distressing, but it's everything's gonna be fine. The show is still current and ongoing. I've got some great stuff. I just gotta finish. And it's not like I can just be like, okay, I'm gonna buckle down now and this will be done real fast. It takes a long time. And so everything just got slowed down with like how wild this whole year has been. Like it has just been nuts. And so again, I apologize for that. Oh dear. Ryan Shellhouse said, "It's okay, KN. You explained it well, and I can wait." Dusu Fan MLB said, "It's okay, KN. I understand." And Brooklyn Book said, "All that matters is that you're trying." Some random person said, "It's alright, KN." And Lyrical Miracle 9608 was saying Hakuna Matata. Let's see. Annette Moxley, are you? Oh, I understand. Hello, Annette Moxley. Unfortunately, I don't see what your question is. I only just now, like, saw that you were, like, I saw a comment from you, but I don't know what your question was. I am sorry. Let me see if I can catch it again in the chat. Again, there's, when there's over, like, 100 people in one place, it can be hard for me to catch stuff. And Flame City said, "Take your time, Kay, and you're amazing." Amazing, thank you. And let's see. Vertera Palmer said, "No need to be sorry, Kay, and I understand." Abby the Wolf said, "Meep." King of Ducks said, "Quack." Beautiful. AWK Element said, "Kay, how do you feel about current events?" Well, when we talk about current events, that is usually a mixture of, like, I think right now you must mean what's going on this week, because, like, we've talked about, like, coronavirus, and yeah, that's a huge bummer, and it's exhausting for everybody. In terms of the current news cycle for this week, just yikes. And it's like I was saying earlier in the stream, it's hard to know exactly what to say. I'm not really the voice that needs to be heard right now. I just know that I'm deeply distressed on behalf of lots of people right now. Like there's a lot of scary stuff that's going on, and I guess I have like feelings and thoughts on like some things, but it's not really me that people need to hear, you know, a lot from. It's just I think that the overall thought is just I'm really sad for a lot of people, and that's I think that that sums it up, and it's a pretty complex situation. Again, speaking of which, as a reminder, I've got some different charities and fundraisers and let's see, different helpful causes for anybody who's in a position to donate. That's why I've got the super chats / Nuxbucks turned off today, and this stream is not monetized. Today we're just hanging out together, and like there's some I collected some good ones over here to do donations to. There's like I was saying before, there's a relief fund to help some black businesses with insurance relief so they can recover from damages that have been done to their businesses in the past week. There's one that helps with access to emotional care. There's legal defense and education funds. There's one in support of keeping diverse voices in the media. In particular, this one is for the National Association of Black Journalists. There's even more. There's even more. So please, if you guys are in a position to do so and you would like to help in that way, I do have some links in the video description right now that you guys can check out. I mentioned before, I chose 3 of them so far, and I don't have like that much money, but this was important stuff, and I had a little bit extra because you guys were so giving during the 182 stream, and so I picked 3. One of them was a big donation because it like goes to lots of people. One of them was I'd say it was like on the smaller side, because it's like for a particular single person. And then the third one that I did is a monthly donation to one of those causes so that it can do extended help. So that's what I got, and them's the feels, my dudes. Let's see. Let me see. I still didn't see another one from. Oh man, Annette Moxley. Again, I don't see your question. I only see your comment saying, also thanks, please answer my question. I don't see what your question is. Please, it's okay to keep trying. And Yo Jazz Hay said, shout out to the awesome people who have donated. The staff also joined in the donations. Thank you, Jazzy. By the way, Jazzy, I tried to figure out how to use Tiltify so that we could be like do a more unified donation, but I couldn't. I was navigating around on Tiltify and I couldn't find any of the charities and causes that I had collected different links for. And so I didn't want to like just look for something that kind of fit on Tiltify. I was like, no. This list of the ones I have in the video description are ones that were recommended to me from people who know better and know more than I do about this, like the situation. And so I think those ones I know will be like good ones. And so people can go through like the video description donation links and find one that fits best with what they'd like to help with in particular, because I know there's a lot. Kevin Reviews said, KN, when will you show Maria's origin? I'm not really sure. It kind of depends on, like, it when it comes up, because the whole thing with Maria's origin and what's going on with her being a hedgehog was part of our plush film canon, and I never got to finish the series. There were 2 more big movies that I was supposed to make that was gonna cover the rest of the storyline with collecting the Chaos Emeralds and, like, how Maria was a hedgehog. One of those was Amy and Oz, and the other one, like, it had a working title, but it didn't have an official one. I forget, like, it had two working titles, but the one I remember was King of the Ring, which I was like, you know what? I don't think that that title has anything to do with the story, so I'm gonna call it something else. But I forgot what its second working title was, so that's it. But that's, like, where that information is supposed to come from. They're supposed to be, like, movies, but I haven't, like, been able to get back to that. Lyrical Miracle 9608 said, "What character do you play in D&D?" KN, I'm in my first campaign as a player and first game in general. I play a chaotic good tabaxi bard. He is a precious toll kitty boy with a long lost daughter. Oh my goodness, that's adorable. Wonderful. Let's see. I'd say I have two main games that I'm in right now. One of them is the spoken game. I play a human wizard, and his name is Hayden, and he is a prince, and he and his prince boyfriend got sent like 7,000 years into a destroyed future with some friends they met when they were basically in like a Dante's Inferno style adventure. And so that's the first one, and my prince guy's name is Hayden, and he's the mom friend and the team nerd, and he's a little easily stressed. But very smart also. He's in part their battle tactician also. And then the other game that's a written one, I am playing a tiefling life cleric, so he's a healer, and his name is Renaud, and you know, he doesn't know exactly what's going on right now because he was previously he had been captured by like some evil people, and so he's only recently found his freedom and is choosing what he wants to do at that time. And it turns out he walked into all kinds of potential world-ending issues, and so he's just like, okay, well, you know what? That's life. So those are my main lads. It's Hayden and Renaud. Vinny must be doing something interesting, because, okay, I see what everybody's laughing about. Super Nintendo 64 said, in one of my campaigns, I'm literally Wario. You know what? That sounds right. That sounds right. Let me see if I can back up in the chat a little bit to see. Okay, Annette Moxley was saying, please tell Sonic to man up and ask Amy Rose out already, and tell Cutie Pie Tails I said hi and he's really cute, and him and Amy are my favorites. Love them, with a heart emoji. I see. Well, I can't tell Sonic what to do, but maybe sometime in Ask the Sonic Heroes somebody somebody will check up with Sonic about that again. And meanwhile, Tails and Amy are very cute, and I'm glad that you like them. Super Nintendo 64 said, the campaign has nothing to do with the Mushroom Kingdom. Everyone else is a cool, unique D&D character, but I thought it would be funny to just be Wario. Are you, like, literally Wario with, like, the name and all, or are you, like, just a thinly veiled original character don't steal version of Wario? Tanner Rather said, I like this stream. I'm glad to hear that. Welcome. I hope you're having a good time. Just kind of chilling today. Lane the Infamous was asking about the Discord link. Let me see if I can go grab that for you guys. Dust and Danny, I guess be prepared. I'm about to invite some new people to the Discord here. Discord link incoming! There it is. Let me see, did Vinny... Vinny, no! Super Nintendo 64, for anybody who hasn't been around in the chat with the cast very often, Super Nintendo 64 is my Shadow the Hedgehog voice actor, and he was just confirming 100% even my miniature is just Wario. Vinny! Oh my gosh. Lil Ouija 9000 asked, what is a Discord? Discord is like, I don't know, it's like a group chatting thing I don't know how to describe it exactly. But you do need to be 13 years or older to use Discord. Similarly to YouTube, it is in their terms of service, and we in our communications with the people in charge at Discord, we do actually have to enforce that. So if you're not 13 yet, you should be if you're here on YouTube in the first place. But I'm just putting this out there because there'll always be some. You just wait a little while and wait till you're actually 13 and then go for it. But that does have to, like, 13 and older is fine, but it is something that does need to be enforced on the what it does need to be enforced. Ethan Crellin said, I'm old enough to have Discord, but sadly my mother is too overprotective. You know what, to be fair, I wouldn't disagree with your mom being protective. I don't know if, like, even like, I'm sorry to everybody who is 13 right now, because technically that is old enough to be on all these platforms, but I worry sometimes for the safety of, like, younger people online, like in places like Twitter and stuff like that, because man, there's a lot of, like, there's a lot of weird people who might mean you harm, and there's also, like, most people, I would say, are good and they're fun and everything, but there are lurkers of a strange kind basically everywhere. And I think what I would like to recommend, especially if you're under 18, is try not to do stuff in the DMs with people very often when you're interacting with people, unless it's like, I don't know, it's hard to say, but unless this person's like a friend and you know you can trust them, try to interact with people as much as you can in public spaces, because in the direct messages, in private messages, that's where people start getting really weird. And so, like, I was on message boards when I was in, like, middle school and stuff, and I was doing, like, online roleplay, and I was having a great time. And I was even one of those very ill-advised youngsters. I was like, I'm mature for my age. I am only 13, but I'm just gonna tell everybody I'm 16 so they take me seriously. Not a good plan. Nothing happened, but I can see from, like, an older perspective that was actually a dangerous thing to do. So just please your families, when they're being protective like that, it's valid. And, like, I know it's not as much fun, but they really do want to keep you safe. And, if you're gonna be running around on the internet, especially under 18, just try your best to listen, I guess, when people give you safety advice, because you never know. You never really know who you're talking to. And I want you guys to be safe. Like, I worry about my past self having been a dum-dum telling people I was older than I was just because, like, I didn't want to be treated like a kid, but I was a kid. Like, you want to be treated appropriately for your age level. You don't want people to mistake you for being somebody who's older. That's just gonna get you into some trouble. And, like, it's not, like, necessarily their fault because they didn't know. That's a regret that I have. It was a dumb move. Again, nothing happened, but something could have, and I'm just like, please, everybody, internet safety. John Paul Grieve said, safety is key, youngsters, your parents love you. Yes, please, just be careful. And this is coming from a place of somebody who, like, I've been there. I wouldn't say I've grown up on the internet the same way, like, a lot of you guys have, because, like, high-speed internet was not a thing when I was that young. I had dial-up. I'd be sitting there on my, like, roleplay forum typing away, and then somebody would, like, call the house and I'd get kicked off and I'd be like, now I have to wait, like, 5 minutes to get back on the internet. So, like, a lot of you guys have just grown up with this stuff just being, like, a part of life, like, forever. But just, if you're gonna be out there, just please be careful. Please be careful. Um, a potato said, Sonic says, lack of internet safety is no good. Oh gosh, Lakey123 said, I'm studying computer science at a level, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, you need to be very careful what you do online. Yeah, yes. I would just say, like, there are ways to, like, turn off your DMs to people you don't know, but I think, like, my number one safety tip, just from personal experience, has just been try to minimize the amount of time you spent, like, don't talk to strangers in the DMs. Talk to them in public. It's safer out there. um Oh, Grace C said, my sister says I'm too soft for Twitter, and because I'm 11, I still understand what she said, like why she said I'm too soft for Twitter. Oh, dude, run. Don't go on Twitter while you're only that old. There is a reason why a lot of websites are like, it's gotta be on a 13 years old or older basis, or like with parental permission. There's I am not a kiddo. I am an adult, and there are things like, especially this week on Twitter, I've seen things that have hurt me a lot, and it can mess you up, dudes. Like, and it's it's just sometimes it's just rough out there, and it's not even necessarily like from like bad actors or anything. Like I was talking before about like creepy internet weirdos, which there are sadly a lot of, and they're really good at pretending they're nice. But even outside of that, sometimes just the news and reality being the way it is can be pretty tough. And I think like as you get older, it gets a little easier to handle that. But even people my age get like psychic damage from seeing some of these things. It's rough. So like I would not recommend Twitter for. I don't even think 13 is old enough for Twitter. Twitter is nuts. So just please be careful. Quick hello to Sonic Blue Blur 38. Have a good day today. Natalie Uribe Burnaby said, KN has spoken. Lindsay and Jake Kangaroo Mouse said, I got my barbecue ribs, boy. Enjoy your ribs. Oh, and let's see. Lyrical was saying, luckily I'm 23 and my Twitter circles are mostly chill. And yeah, like a lot of people, to be clear, a lot of people are nice and wonderful, and I've met some of my best friends in the world online, like, through different writing things I've been doing. So it's not like everybody out on the internet is bad. It's just, it can be really difficult to spot the ones who are, and they can seem really nice for a really long time. And then, you know what? You can never quite tell. So it's like, you just gotta be careful. And it's a little easier to do that when you're a little bit older. I think that the internet in general is kind of a scary place. You just gotta be careful, guys. Let's see. I'm the internet mom. Let's see. Bowser Prince is eating chicken and fries. Nice, delicious. Brenda Swan CJDK said, can Tails, Rouge, and Blaze say happy early birthday? My birthday's Tuesday. I can give that a try. I don't think I can pronounce your last name, so I'm just gonna say it for Brenda.
Hi, Brenda. Have a happy birthday on Tuesday.
Happy early birthday, Brenda. I hope you have a good day.
Hello, this is Rouge, definitely the one you really wanted to hear from. Happy birthday, Brenda, from Rouge the Bat. There we go. There was more discussion about ribs. Yeah, there's been mentioning of fries also. Um Deathshot 314 said, "My birthday was not the best because of what's going on in the world. I am sorry to hear that. I was saying earlier in the stream that this is a rough time to be celebrating birthdays because of COVID. We're all locked up inside, so you can't really go out and do stuff with your friends like you might have like last year, and like this week in particular. It's there's a lot of rough stuff going on, so I hope at least that you have found some time to relax and maybe had a favorite snack or dessert that day. And so there are ways to celebrate. I'm sorry that yours wasn't great. Oh, and thank you. Starstruck 11 was saying, "Can, that was amazing." Well, thank you. um, hmm. Man City fan said, "Well, for my birthday today, it was the last day of school for me, so it was a good birthday present." You know what? Fair enough, fair enough. And hey, squad, here's a question for all of you guys. Solar Dizzy asked, "What are the best fries?" Alright, dudes, what do you think? What are the best kinds of fries? Like, if it helps you think, there's regular just salted fries, and there's things like potato wedge type of fries. There's like, oh, what are those called? They're like those big, like, I don't know why I want to call them like hash brown looking fries, but there's those ones. I don't remember what those are called. There's Danny Phantom said curly fries. I think maybe that's what I meant. Super Nintendo said waffle fries. There's also, the one I was just about to say, CDC, the Nintendo guy said sweet potato fries. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. My favorite fries are just straight up McDonald's French fries in all of their bad for you glory. I love them. And like, it's unfortunate that due to coronavirus, there's like isn't Sonic Revo happening in the ways that it has happened before, because usually the month of the like early June was my time to go nuts on some McDonald's French fries, and mostly because we were out doing events like for like a good solid week or two, and so there was just so many French fries. So specifically McDonald's French fries are my favorite. I love sweet potato fries. And then after that, I just love fries in general. They're one of my favorite foods. Obviously, I can't have them often. But they are a very special and delightful treat. And a quick happy birthday to Ellie Joe, who is the cousin of Tanner. Ooh, there's people shouting downstairs. Lovely. Roly Polio 4 said, "KN, stop, you're gonna make Tails hungry." That might happen. King of Ducks said chicken fries. I fear for your feathered brethren. Wyatt Wyhog said, "I really love Arby's curly fries." Yippee hi, I'm Sky said, "Tails X fries can move aside. KN X fries has become canon." Sunglasses emoji. This may be true. And let's see. Happy early birthday to Lakey123. It's gonna be their birthday on Wednesday. I've still got a while before mine. Mine's in July 1st actually, so it's not close yet, but it's next month. Alex Grainer said, "Hey Can, how are you? I hope you're doing okay during this pandemic and this crisis, let's call it." I am doing well. I'm very fortunate to have the circumstances that I do, because one of my jobs was able to be adapted to being online, so I was lucky enough not to become unemployed. there are many struggles involved with that, but it is what it is, and I count myself as very fortunate. I'm even more fortunate that my Sonic song is something I can still do online. I was explaining earlier that my whole workflow is a little messed up right now, and so I've been a lot slower in getting things produced, which is I apologize again, you guys. I am so sorry. But I'm very lucky that these are the kinds of jobs that I had, because there are so many people who were not lucky. And as, as stressed out as some of, as things make me, everybody, there are so many people who have it, way worse. I've got friends who are sheltering in place alone, and it's so sad. I wish I could just run off and go capture them and bring them home with me and give them all the hugs they've been missing for 2.5 months or more. But I do live with immunocompromised people, so I have to be really careful to make sure that I don't bring anything back with me. But it breaks my heart. It really does. It is so sad, so sad. And then with everything that's been happening this week, I'm really sad for a lot of people there also. And but again, I personally am very lucky for a lot of reasons. Another thing that I'm very fortunate for is that you guys were very giving when we did the 182 party a couple weeks ago, and so I did have enough money left over from paying bills and stuff to donate to some of the different Black Lives Matter causes. Again, I'll remind you guys again, I've got a few different organizations and fundraisers and things listed in the video description here. So if you guys are in a fortunate position like I am, if you've got if you read through some of those are all good verified places. People recommended them to me, and I looked into them, and they look pretty good. So that's one way to help, to help out a little bit. But my health and my current situation, I am in a very fortunate position. So I am in that way, I am quite blessed. It doesn't necessarily mean that things are easy, and I know it's like that for a lot of you guys, but if we've got a roof over our head and we're safe and we're taking care of ourselves, that's already a big step in doing pretty good, all things considered. Let's see. And Rachel Schilder said, I'm sorry if I'm not able to donate. That is also totally fine. Not everybody is in a position to be able to do that right now. Like I was saying, I'm lucky that I'm able to, and the reason I could at all is because you guys donated to me. That's it has helped, because I had some left over so that I could then go and help others. And so I'll say again really quick, I appreciate what you guys are able to share with me. It's really, it has been very nice of you. Keeps the channel going, and keeps the food on the table and everything like that. And then also I am fortunate that because of you guys, I'm able to also help others. So that's one way. Nafisa was just saying, what did I miss? Oh, you know what? We're just chatting and hanging out, Nafisa. And let's see. Yeah, for about 30 more minutes, we're just gonna be chilling. Oh no, King of Ducks hates chickens. Oh no. Mr. Swiss Roll said, will you turn Nux Bucks back on next stream? Yes, next stream, I'll have, everything, back online, the Nux Bucks and, things like that, because I do need to continue to be able to pay, bills and stuff like that. That unfortunately will not stop. But, this week, it would be nice if, I don't want everybody to focus on helping me. this week. I feel like it's important to maybe try to help some others this week, so that's why the Nux Bucks are off, and I have different donation links to different organizations in the video description so that we can maybe try to help somebody else instead this week. Let's see. Here's somebody I haven't gotten to say hello to. That's Estuardo Rueda says, "Hi, KN. Hello. Welcome to the chat. We've got 30 minutes left, but that's still plenty of times to hang out." And there's, I think we've got a couple of people in here I haven't seen in earlier, so I think they just got here, because Symphonic Labyrinth is here also. Hi, Symph! And Andre Dewitt had a question for, Sonic and Silver and Shadow, and, unfortunately this isn't the right place to ask questions for Ask the Sonic Heroes, because we don't really collect them from the streams when we have, This sounds weird, but please make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon, etc., etc., all that YouTube stuff, because that's how you'll get notified when we are taking questions. We put out question submission videos for Ask the Sonic Heroes. It tells you what team is taking questions, and then where we get the questions to choose from for the show, for the random select, it's in the comments of those specific videos. And we haven't had one in a little while, just because we've got different episodes being worked on right now. But please, everybody, please make sure that you... It sounds weird to say it, but it's true. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss those videos that come out. Usually they're only open for maybe 3 to 7 days, where we're taking questions on those videos before they close. And so it's good to have, it's good to have the notification come up so that you don't miss it. A Potato said, "I remember the old days when there was just one video for all of Ask the Sonic Heroes questions." Yeah, back in the day we had just one video where people would put questions in for whichever team they felt like, and so it was literally only one place where questions were collected. There were a few problems with that. Before the hiatus even happened, that was what the show start in 2010, and I needed to go on hiatus 2 to 4 years later, depending on what you consider the start of me being on a big long YouTube break. But what ended up happening is it was that one video had comments, 2 years worth of comments of people asking questions. It became impossible to find anything, and stuff got buried so bad. So it was hard to find anything, and then just imagine, I came back after 4 years of hiatus, then it was entirely impossible. And then also something that's helpful about having, alright, so here's some helpful things about having one video per current team. So this is where you ask questions for this upcoming episode of Ask the Sonic Heroes. It makes it easier to navigate because we know everybody is there for that specific episode. We know these are all current questions, so that we're not pulling a question from somebody who stopped watching the channel 5 years ago, so that we can focus more on the questions from the most current audience. And it's more organized. It's way easier to find questions because it's only we need Shadow questions for this episode. We know exactly how to find Shadow's questions. We don't need to wade through 5 years worth of questions for everybody in general. And so it just ended up being easier in that way. I know they're a little harder to catch, but as long as YouTube does its job and sends people their notifications, then it's easy enough to catch. You just kind of gotta keep an eye on it. The Black Dragon Knight said, "I got into episode 2 of Ask the Sonic Heroes. I was probably lucky to get in an episode that early on." You know, 2 things about that. Let's see if I don't forget the second thing I was gonna say, which I probably will because my brain is in so many different directions right now. But, 1, yes, I think anytime you do get into an episode, I think you can consider yourself pretty lucky. And then 2, it's sort of it kind of depends because episodes 1, 2, 3, and maybe 4 were actually recorded on the same day because YouTube used to have like a 10-minute like upload limit or like time limit. You couldn't have videos longer than 10 minutes back then. Really old, I know. Now everybody's got like 12-hour videos going. But that was still so early in the process, and our audience was smaller at that time, and so your odds were probably better overall to have gotten into the earlier episodes when there weren't as many people watching. I guess that's the benefit of being an OG fan. And really quick, to my shock, some people have gotten into the show more than once. I don't know how that happens. And I didn't realize that. Like, I didn't even know what happened at the time because I can't remember who's been in the show or not, because a lot of you guys, if you're on the channel often, like here in the Fun Fridays or in the comments, I recognize your guys' usernames. And so it's not like we do like the random select and pull a name out and I go, oh, that person's been on the show already. That's not what goes through my head. Instead, I'm like, oh, I know that guy. It goes like that. But I was listening to a bunch of them in a row at one point a few months ago, and to my shock, some people made it in more than once, and not even like, like, I forget who it was, but they like made it into one episode and then they were in the very next episode. I'm like, what are the odds? Good heaven, like, even, I don't know how any of this works, man. Yeah, Ryan Shellhouse was saying, oh yeah, YouTube used to have time limits for videos. Yeah, it used to be that you could only upload videos under 10 minutes. I think that certain YouTubers were allowed to do 15 minutes, but then, like, nowadays you can upload, like, just willy-nilly, like, here's a song, here's Nyan Cat for 24 hours. It must take so much server space to host this stuff, no kidding. Areli Fujimori said, I'm jealous because my brother got his question in one of the episodes. It's, sorry about that. It really is, pretty much up to luck. I'm not sure who your brother was, Areli, but, hello, Areli. I hope you're having a good day. Rose G said, Vector the Croc needs more love. And you know what? Yes, he does. For Vector, unfortunately, his artwork is not done yet, so, he has not, appeared. The Team Chaotix does not have their art finished. Again, we've got, like, a big art pipeline, and the status of the world as it is right now, it takes a toll on people. It's hard to get, like, everybody, like, including and or especially, like, me, I know that I have just slowed down in general, and, like, I think that everybody is kind of slowed down. I think our minds, in a way, are like computers, in that, like, you've only got so much running speed in you. Like, and if like 60% of your, like, CPU or running speed is taken up by, like, being distressed about, like, coronavirus or other things that are going on that are quite serious in the news, like things like that, and, like, being pent up at home and not being able to see your friends to, like, alleviate some of that stress, you end up with, like, 60% of your operating speed just being burned up in the background as, like, your background programs, and you've only got 40% left of yourself to work with. And, like, it's not, and, even when it was just COVID that we were handling, I think a friend of mine, I forget exactly how they phrased it, but they were saying, like, like, it's not like we're all at home on vacation either. Like, on the surface it seems like that, because, a lot of us are spending a lot more time at home. Woo! We don't have to physically go to work or school. Yay! But it's not like we've gone off on some vacation where we're, like, relaxing and taking a break from, the stresses of life. Like, it's basically everybody's in baseline survival mode in a lot of, like, just trying to keep yourself and your family healthy. And it takes up operating speed. in your head and in your like emotional health, and so I definitely understand how it happened that a lot of people have like just slowed down to cope. um let's see. Susan Sonomy asked if Vector found the computer room. You know, he talked about that in one of the episodes of Ask the Sonic Heroes. I think it was maybe even his first one. He was asked if he found the computer room, and what he said was, yes, he found the computer room, but here's the problem. There were more. There's always another computer room to find. Like, every house has got one. And so, yeah, I guess he found it, but he never runs out of computer rooms to find. Box the Hedgehog said, I feel that, KN. That's probably in reference to just kind of being like, all of our running speed is being exhausted by all the things going on. Symphonic Labyrinth said, yeah, I'm constantly tired these days because of everything going on. It's a bit frustrating. Yeah, you know, it's a lot. 2020 has been a really unique year. And I hope that for the health emergency, I hope that things are figured out in a way to where that can begin to taper off and people can sort of go back to a more normal way of living. This is not normal for people, and so it's hard to get your head out of it and like feel normal when you're living in a situation that just is not normal for anybody. And then I hope that all gets resolved and goes back to normal. And in terms of things with like the protests and stuff like that, I do hope that I wouldn't say that I want things to go back to normal exactly. What would be preferable is for there to be positive change. And I know it's like super rough right now, but I hope that the new normal is a positive one as opposed to going backwards and things still being quite as bad as they were before. Classic Sonic said 2020 is good, but what will happen in 2030? I hope good things. Good things! Rui said, too many things have happened this year, I think. Yeah! It's been a lot. Kevin Reviews said, I recently got the Sonic movie on Blu-ray. Nice! I see that the Sonic movie's available on like Redbox and for rent everywhere, so for anyone who hasn't seen it yet and wanted to, now is the time. Oh, and Areli Fujimori said, it's fine, lol, my brother went by the name Night11 and it was in the Team Chaotix episode. Sweet. Very cool. CDC, the Nintendo guy, said, because of this, my sleep schedule got wrecked. Crystalline Iceberg said, the year of Dateline is our version of the year 536. Let's see. Maito Brito VA played Gmod today. I'm not sure what Edgar Barranco's referring to. They said, yeah, I have. That might be in reference to whether or not they've seen the Sonic movie. Let me see. There's System 509. I haven't gotten to say hello to you today. Luigi Rivera is heading out for now. Have a good day, Luigi. And System 509 had said, hi, KN, how are you? I am doing alright, all things considered. I am in I'm in a very fortunate position to be able to be sitting here and just chatting with you guys for a couple hours. It is, I am very lucky for that, and so that improves my morale greatly. Alley Cat said the E-graduation was a bit underwhelming. I'm sorry. Happy graduation, Alley Cat! I'm sorry about the E-graduation not being that exciting. So what some of the schools in my area did is they had like drive-through graduation where all the teachers like put up like balloon arcs and stuff like that, and they had like music blasting, and basically like your family would drive through in your car and you'd like get your diploma through your window, like through the car window. So like that was something that was nice. But I'm sorry it wasn't as exciting. Like this is a pretty rough time. Uh yeah, and King of Duck said I didn't get my graduation from 8th grade. Yeah, this I hope that there's, some kind of makeup events for later. um Vicky Diaz said, "What kind of fun talking to each other in the chat." Um it is nice just to get to chat with all of you guys and for you guys to have a chance to talk to each other. So, we're just hanging out today, just hanging out. By the way, we have maybe about 15 minutes and then I've got to go. I do have a class that I participate in at after I'm done with the with everything on Fun Friday. So usually, unless there's special circumstances, I gotta run at 5 o'clock. That's part of how my schedule changed to adapt to quarantine. But it's good to keep yourself busy with different activities, even if they are online activities. Um, Let me see. Is there really quick hello to everybody who's just lurking and not participating in the chat. I know there's always there's a percentage of you guys who are just listening quietly and you've just kind of got the stream on to is like the background sound anything. So a quick hello to all the lurkers. I hope that you guys are safe and healthy and having an alright day today. And please take care of yourselves. Chaotic Sid said, I didn't even get tongue-tied. I didn't even get an e-graduation. They just mailed my diploma and called it good. Honestly, wasn't looking forward to spending 3 hours in a cramped room anyways. Well, there's a bright side to everything. Guardian of Two Fort said, hashtag lurk squad. Bowser Prince said, to all lurkers, you can say something now. Yes, hello to the lurkers. Vicky Aguilar said, how are you? Hello, doing good. Scar Phantom said, hello. You see, there's always a group that comes out when I say hello to the lurkers. Let me see. Can I find anybody else? Goodness, I don't know how to answer this. Lindsay and Jake Kangaroo Mouse said, what's your favorite potato salad? I love potato salad. I didn't know there were different kinds. Or at least I don't know what the name of them would be. Like, how do you differentiate this is this kind of potato salad versus that kind of potato salad? I like potato salad in general. Let me see. Lil Ouija 9000 was asking, what do you want Sonic's anniversary game to be aside from an adventure remake? I will answer that in just a moment. I'll try to remember. But really quick, Lava said, whomst summoned the lurkers? Hi, Lava. It me. Uwu Owo Fang said, oof. And let me see. Silverware Steel said, at least I'm done with college. And I haven't seen Arizona Garfield asking questions. I said, what do you think of Fang the Sniper? I think he's pretty cool. He was in the first Sonic the Hedgehog comic book I ever read in my life. It was the Sonic Mecha Madness one, and that's, like, he was going by Knack the Weasel in the comics. And I liked him alright. He's not, like, in my top favorite ones, just because there's not, like, a lot of him. But I enjoyed the character fine. Alright, and looping back to the question about Sonic's anniversary game, I honestly don't know. I guess, I wouldn't say that I've got, like, a wish list of a particular kind of game I'd like to see, or anything like that. I mean, it would be fun to get a game that, like, I don't know, like, I guess this sounds strange, but I would love another game that's like Sonic 06, because what they did with that game is it had, like, a big storyline. Even if it got cheesy and weird sometimes, it was a big storyline with, like, big stakes, and you got, like, a chance to play as a lot of the characters, and so, like, you'd get the chance to use their different game mechanics. Like, I would love something else like that, because the Sonic series has so many characters, and I know it's, like, probably more than they can, like, reasonably handle, but, like, I don't know, at least maybe pick 6 of them and, like, give some playable options, like, back, like, what you could do in the Sonic Adventure ones. Like, even, like, Sonic Heroes style, just getting the squad involved. Sonic Heroes had like, pretty low stakes, but it was still a fun game. But I'd love something like Sonic 06, or, like, a better version of Sonic Forces. uh... But yeah, that's what my thoughts are on that. That would be nice. Box the Hedgehog said, I kind of want another Forces that's mixed with Sonic 06 minus the glitches and Unleashed. Yeah, like, Unleashed was a beautiful game. It was very, very pretty, and it also had, like, some high stakes stuff. It had some strange gimmicks in there, but, you know, like, if we could go to that art style, because it was the best looking game, and it's like 10 years old now. Oh, Blue Destiny Dragon Kaiju said, ooh, burn on Sonic Forces. I did actually really like Sonic Forces, but I feel like they didn't put enough time into developing that game. It could have used a lot more time. Like, it's got all the elements to be something really, really cool, but they didn't get to build it up enough. Either that, or the other problem might be that they tried to play it, like, too safe, and so it's, like, I don't need grimdark Sonic, okay? It's fine. That's fun to, like, read about and, like, work with story-wise. The Sonic game canon doesn't need to be dark and horrible and full of war or anything like that, but they could have. We've seen the writing at least a little better. Like, even Sonic 06, as cheesy as it was, like, it was handled better with, like, the storyline than Forces was, which felt pretty disjointed. And maybe part of that was because they put so many resources into just trying to get a game where you could have a custom character in cutscenes and stuff. A lot was probably going on there, and I feel like they probably did have to rush it a little bit because it was supposed to come out, like, in tandem with other games and materials, so it would be nice if they could just take their time on whatever they do for the 30th anniversary and, like, you know, bring us something big and fun. It doesn't need to be dark and gloomy. Even Sonic Forces with a premise that serious, they could have really pushed it story-wise and, like, really developed things without making it this, like, gritty and miserable game or anything. Like, Sonic is inherently a very hopeful and brave character, and so I think, like, even if the situation they were in was pretty, like, bleak, Sonic's the kind of character that can, bring up, your courage, your confidence, your morale, and so it doesn't have to be, like, a dark, awful story, but the plot could be better handled. Let's see. Daisy Hernandez said, imagine what could have been done if they didn't rush Sonic 06. How about a Sonic 06 remake? That one could use it. Chaotic Sid said, Infinite felt like an off-brand Mephiles. He also did not get the attention he deserved, but at least that leaves us with a lot of things that we can work with ourselves in our own stories and in the fan canon. Kaiser Araba said, make Silver OP again. I liked playing as Silver, despite the glitches and things. It helped because, like, the 3D games move so fast, and Silver could levitate. If I flung myself off of a cliff by accident when playing as Silver, I could float, and I had a chance to come back and not die. So, like, yeah, I enjoyed playing as Silver. Oh, is Melvin here? I see lots of people shouting Melvin in the chat. Let me go back here. There he is. There's Melvin from the Ninja Crew saying, what up, peeps? I don't know if I did a good impression of you right there, but I tried. I've been talking for like 2 hours, so my voice is a little blah blah blah. Melvin says, aw snap, it's KN! Yup, it me! And everybody is saying some hellos to Melvin. Ariana Draw said the cheese is here. Lyrical Miracle said close enough. Melvin, I hope that you're doing well. Hope you and Sasso are doing fine, being quarantined and all that exciting stuff. Melvin says, I miss you guys, Team 182. King Blader 95 said, who is Melvin? Melvin is a member of the Ninja crew and staff on the Sonic Song channel. But you've seen more of him, I think, on like the gaming live streams. It's been a while since we've done anything like that because, quarantine. But, that's where you would have seen him on the channel before. Otherwise, he mostly is doing work in the background, similarly to other members of the Ninja staff. And there, let's see. You know, speaking of which, everybody, I've got about 3 minutes left, so I'm gonna need to start wrapping up pretty soon. And just for all of you guys who are asking, Melvin said, doing good over here, just wanted to spread some love to y'all and remind everyone to keep caring for one another and loving each other. Love you guys. Thanks, Melvin! Let me see. Lyrical Miracle says, big mood, Melvin. And there we go, yes. I think what is that? Astra the Husky said, why is the staff called the Ninja Staff? Well, the cast and crew and the Ninja Staff, let's see. Okay, the Ninja Staff is called that on the channel because they do their work from the shadows like ninjas. A lot of the things they do are never, like, really seen by the public because they're the behind-the-scenes crew, and so that's usually what's being referred to with Ninja Staff, which is, like, separate from the voice cast, for example. Like, the cast is not the Ninja crew because their work is very up in the front of the curtains. Ninja crew's in the back of the curtains, doing many important things, but unseen. There we go. I don't know why I had to tell it like it was a story. Alright, you guys. Well, I do need to start wrapping things up now. I did want to... Oh, actually, I guess this is, let me go back real quick to, Barbara Trosh. I'm sorry about the spelling. They said, has the channel been easier in making videos, in your opinion, with the quarantine? I was talking about this a little bit before. I would just like to say I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked at how much harder it actually is to do videos on the quarantine, because when it first started, my, like, silver lining of everything was like, well, boy, I'm stuck inside all day long. At least I'm probably gonna have a lot of time to edit videos. But, actually, no, it's been harder because, there were, editing, I am very fortunate to have a job that's easy like that. Like, I don't work like a hard manual labor job. I edit videos, for, like, that's my, like, YouTube part of my job, but, like, it is a mind-numbing kind of job. Like, I like to edit, and I love crafting my art and getting my videos out, but, like, it takes a lot of mental focus, and it's a lot of sitting there doing a very, very, like, rote series of things for many, many hours in a row. And so what I would do typically to clear my head so that I could keep focusing and not burn out is that I would pack up my laptop and I would go somewhere else, and I would change locations to kind of, like, air my brain out so that I could keep going for another 5 straight hours of editing. And because of the quarantine, everything's closed. There, I can't just pack up and go to the local library anymore, or go to, like, the coffee shop just to change my environment so I can keep going. I can't even go visit friends and work at their house. And so without the ability to change the environment, I burn out so much faster. It's pretty, like, I've been looking at that, like, since the beginning of this, going, like, wow, it seems like it should be so much easier, but because of that, like, that burnout and the lack of being able to change my environment, it's harder, and that shocks me. It genuinely shocks me. And I was talking earlier about how the things with coronavirus and things with other like current events involving like the protests and everything, that stuff will take a toll on you, kind of like even if you're not physically focusing on it in that moment, it kind of turns into like on a computer, it's like the background programs, and so it takes up like 60% of your energy just from having this stuff, which of course makes that so much worse for people who aren't able to like turn off the news for a while because their survival depends on it. But like, it's weirdly difficult, and it's you know, I'm really trying to get back into the swing of my editing. I was wholly planning this week, like, all right, this is the week. I'm back on it. My energy is up. I'm ready to go. I'm excited about the literally 4 or 5 projects I have mid-production right now. And then this week just turned out to be not a good week for that. And so instead, like I was saying before, I kind of, like, the only thing I was really able to be productive on is that I drew, like, personal artwork stuff, because I could do that while listening to the news and people's YouTube videos discussing, like, what's going on. And so, I wasn't really able to edit very much. Instead, I just was quieting down and listening to people who know more and have, like, experienced more with what's going on right now. And so what ended up happening was I haven't gotten to edit anything this week in particular. I'm gonna do my best to get back on it. But in the meantime, like I mentioned before, something that I did pull from all the listening I've been doing this week is that in the video description, I've got a few charities listed. Well, some of them are, I guess, some of them are charities, some of them are fundraisers, and some of them are organizations you can donate to help Black communities. I've got a little description of what each one of those things is for. I picked 3 of them. I mentioned before I did a big donation to one of them because it goes to lots of people. I did like a smaller donation to one that goes to a specific family. And then I donated to something else that's a monthly commitment. So that donation is going to be monthly to try to make a difference for a longer period of time instead of like a one-time donation. And I'm thinking about maybe doing a 4th one, but I'm not made of money. I can't do it all. So everybody, if you are feeling distressed about what's going on right now, and you are looking for like a way to like do something, try to help a little bit, and you have like some extra, like, if you've got money to spare that won't, like, then you'll still be able to like feed yourselves and take care of yourselves. There's I've got those charities that I got on recommendation listed in the video description. You can read more about each of them, but that is a good way to help out with people who are hurting and in need right now, and I hope that you do. But in any case, I guess that's what I'm gonna leave this off on. So in lieu of Nuxbucks or a monetized stream this week, please do consider donating to one of those charities and fundraisers and organizations that I have linked in the video description. I spent the week gathering up some good ones so that I could recommend them if that's something that you guys are able to help with. In any case, it is true, I do have to go now. My class has started like as of 5 minutes ago. I'm late to this class every day or like every Friday because I get so busy hanging out with you guys. But it is time to go. In fact, I'm 5 minutes late. Everybody, thank you so much for just hanging out with me and hanging out together for this Friday stream. Next Friday, we'll have the super chats back on and everything because I gotta keep getting the work done. But thank you guys. I hope you all take care of yourselves and that you take maybe a little, if you need it, take some time to get some emotional recharging. I know this has been a really hard week, and these aren't things that are like just gonna go away. They're important, and do your best to listen, I guess, and take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Spread love where you can, and be healthy, and make sure you remember to drink some water. Okay, have a good rest of your Friday, everybody. Goodbye. Melvin also says bye, everyone. Much love. Stay safe. You guys take care. Until next time, I'll see you next week. Bye.